How long do Goldendoodles live? Do you ever wonder about how long your furry companion is going to be with you? If so, you're not alone, as lifespan is a huge piece of the puzzle for many would-be dog owners. Many of the most popular dog breeds are in such demand in large part based on how long they will be around to bring joy and comfort to their owners, and the Goldendoodle is no different. Even though the Goldendoodle inherits some great genetics from the poodle and golden retriever, that doesn't mean they're invincible, and there are definitely some things you should know before picking up your very own doodle. Today, we'll be taking a look at some of the factors that can impact your dog's lifespan, as well as their overall quality of life, and so make sure you stick around for the whole video so you don't miss a thing. Before we get started, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it helps us out in a major way. With all that out of the way, let's get going so you can worry less about your pet's health and enjoy that time with them instead. The numbers. Before we get into some of the advanced information and pet care tips, we should quickly run through the numbers on just how long your average Goldendoodle will be around. Like we said up top, the Goldendoodle inherits some pretty solid genetics from both of its parents, and they also may gain hybrid vigor too. For those of you that are new to the channel, hybrid vigor is something that the first few generations of a crossbreed will gain, and it helps keep them healthy and disease-free. Pet owners should love hybrid vigor, as it keeps your dog away from genetic defects and breeding issues that can really hamper the lifespan of your dog. Goldendoodles live anywhere between 10 and 14 years on average, and the reason that range is so large is because genetics and pet care play a huge role in how long your dog will live for. But how can you as a pet owner get ahead of things? Well, in truth, a lot of the work you'll have to do to ensure your dog is happy and healthy takes place before you've even met your future best friend. Sound a little confusing? Don't worry, we'll explain everything you need to know. The most important steps. It can be difficult not to rush through the process of obtaining your pet, but this is arguably the most important step of the entire process. If you are selecting your dog through a breeder, there are a number of important questions and documents you're going to have to go through first before making any kind of decision, and you may not get all the answers you're hoping for from your first option alone. The reality is that for some breeders, this is just a way to make money, and they may not truly care about the quality of the dogs they are selling. This is why it's tremendously important to ask for genetic or health test results before making a decision, as this will have a major effect on your dog's quality of life later on. Goldendoodles are an extremely popular dog breed, and as a result, there are a lot of people out there not delivering on their promises. If you aren't able to get any information on your dog, that is an immediate red flag that things may not be totally above board. Cost is another way to figure out if your dog breeder is reputable or not. Goldendoodles are expensive, in part because of how in demand they currently are, and so you should be extremely cautious if you are being offered one for cheap. Puppy mills and backyard breeders are usually just looking for a quick buck, but in the long run, it's you that will be paying extra in the way of veterinarian bills. It's not the most glamorous part of getting a dog, but doing your due diligence can make all the difference when the deal is done. Size. Genetics plays a huge role in how things will go for your pet, but it's far from the only variable in the mix. Another often overlooked factor in the lifespan of a dog is their size, which can drastically reduce their lifespan in some cases. It's a well-known fact by now that smaller dogs tend to live longer lives than larger ones, and it's an important thing to remember when choosing your perfect pet. Larger dogs also require more space, as well as quite a bit more exercise, which you will need to provide for them. While large Goldendoodles can live well over a decade with the proper care and lifestyle, ones that lack stimulation or physical activity can suffer from depression, joint and weight issues, and more. All of this results in a shorter and lower quality of life, so it's important to make sure you understand both the risks as well as the responsibility before you go for a bigger Goldendoodle. The same is also true for undersized Goldendoodles, particularly the popular teacup-sized ones. These dogs may look adorable and fun, but the process to get a Goldendoodle that small can often be grueling on their genes, making them more prone to illness and hereditary problems. Again, choosing the right breeder is absolutely essential if you're going for a uniquely sized Goldendoodle, and you may have to pay through the nose to make sure the dog will have no long-term health issues. Regular trips to the doggy doctor. Now that you've chosen a healthy dog, your role is much more about maintenance than anything else. Keeping an eye on your pet and making sure that they are happy and active will be your biggest job if you want to ensure your dog lives a full, long life. And that also means taking regular trips to the vet. While you may know a lot about your dog and their habits, there simply isn't a substitute for the advice and wisdom a good veterinarian can provide for you. Your vet will be able to recommend the right kinds of foods to feed them, if they are at the proper weight, and a whole lot more than you can tell from the eye test alone. As your dog gets older, the trips to the vet will also become more important, as you both try to limit the effects of aging on your pet. Some other factors that you should be aware of are a proper diet and exercise routine. Depending on the size of your doodle, you're going to want to give them plenty of time for activities to make sure that they are physically as well as mentally stimulated. Staying consistent with your dog's fitness routine is also a great way to make sure they are doing well, as Goldendoodles love running around and being outside. When it comes to food, there are a whole lot of options, and a lot of it comes down to preference. In general, some cheaper dog food options aren't all that great for your animal, and you may want to spring for the good stuff if you want them well nourished. Nutrition is hugely important, as it will impact your dog's energy levels and mood, so you want to make sure they are well fed. Many first-time dog owners can struggle with overfeeding, usually by giving your dog human food from your meals, so you should be careful to limit that if you can. Common concerns. Goldendoodles are typically a healthy breed, which is great news. Still though, there are some conditions, diseases, and other ailments that you should keep an eye on as your dog gets older. Ear infections are super common with the Goldendoodle, most likely inheriting it from the Golden Retriever, who has similar issues. Hip dysplasia is another common issue that doodles inherit from the Retriever, but this is also something that can be limited by picking out a dog with good genetics. Hip dysplasia does happen naturally, but it has become more common as a result of inbreeding and other careless breeder errors. Also be vigilant on any eye problems that might come up, such as progressive retinal failure, cataracts, and glaucoma. Signs of a good breeder. The only way to know for sure that your dog was brought up the right way is to take a look at the breeder's certifications. These tests that breeders have done are clear indicators that you are buying a quality dog and that your trust is well placed. Below are some test results you should ask for before purchasing a Goldendoodle. Hip certifications from the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, OFA. AFA heart clearance for standard-sized Goldendoodles. OFA knee clearance for small and medium-sized Goldendoodles. DNA test for progressive retinal atrophy. If you want to know more about this sort of thing, try reading up on the red ribbon and blue ribbons requirements set by North America's Goldendoodle Association. They list all required tests that a Goldendoodle must pass before being able to be sold. Congratulations! You now know enough to be confident in getting a Goldendoodle of your own without feeling like you aren't prepared for it. Whether you're getting yours from a breeder or picking one up from a shelter, having a great relationship with your vet can do wonders in helping you prepare for the road ahead. Goldendoodles are great companions, and as long as you are vigilant and aware of your dog's needs and wants, you will be able to be the best owner possible to your little furball. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for a whole lot more Goldendoodle content. Do you have any tips on how to make sure your Goldendoodle lives a rich and complete life? Leave a comment down below for us and everyone else to read. We'll see you guys next time.